Can you imagine it? Try for just a moment. Picture your world without the familiar glow of a screen. There is no smartphone resting on your nightstand waiting to greet you with a cascade of notifications. There is no endless scroll of news feeds, no instant messages from friends across the globe, no blinking cursor on a blank email. Imagine a morning where the first light you see isn't from a device but from the sun itself, gently easing its way through your window. This isn't a scene from a distant past but a deliberate choice. A world without the constant hum of technology feels almost unimaginable to many of us. We live our lives tethered to the digital realm. Our schedules are in our phones, our memories are stored in the cloud, our social lives often play out across various platforms. The idea of severing these connections can feel daunting, even frightening. What would we do with all that quiet? How would we stay in touch? How would we navigate our daily tasks without the instant convenience we've grown so accustomed to? Mia was not a hermit or a Luddite in the traditional sense. For years, she had thrived in the fast-paced world of technology. Her career was built on code, her days measured in project deadlines. Virtual meetings filled her schedule. Her apartment was filled with smart devices that could dim the lights, play music at a voice command, order groceries with a simple command. From the outside, her life was the epitome of modern efficiency. Yet beneath that streamlined surface, Mia felt a growing unease, constantly overwhelmed, perpetually distracted, strange disconnection from her own life. The decision didn't come from one dramatic event. It was a slow, creeping realization. Small moments showed her the problem. Phantom vibrations in her pocket, the reflexive reach for a screen when bored, anxiety when the internet faltered, conversations punctuated by glances at notifications, evenings consumed by scrolling through other people's lives. She felt like a spectator in her own existence. So Mia made a radical choice. Mia's new daily life was governed by natural rhythms, not by a digital calendar. Her alarm clock was the sun, its gentle light slowly filling her small bedroom and coaxing her awake. There was no morning ritual of scrolling through emails or news headlines from bed. Instead, her first moments were quiet and calm. She would stretch, listen to the sounds of the world waking up outside her window, and feel a sense of peace that had long been absent from her mornings. Her kitchen was the heart of her analog home. A cast-iron wood stove stood where a microwave and electric range once had. Cooking became a deliberate sensory process. She had to tend to the fire, learning its moods and how to control its heat. Preparing a simple pot of oatmeal for breakfast was no longer a 2-minute task but a thoughtful ritual. Without email or text messages, Mia rediscovered the art of letter writing. She would sit at her small wooden desk in the afternoon, a cup of tea beside her, and compose thoughtful letters to her friends and family. In return, receiving a letter became a treasured event. Living without modern technology was not a seamless transition into a pastoral utopia. Mia's choice came with its own set of very real and often, honestly, frustrating challenges. The conveniences she had once taken for granted were now significant hurdles. There was no online shopping to deliver a needed item to her door within a day. A broken tool meant a trip into town and a search through the local hardware store. Planning anything required forethought and patience. She couldn't simply look up a recipe online or check the weather forecast with a single tap. Life required more effort. The absence of instant communication was perhaps the most difficult adjustment. In moments of loneliness or when she simply wanted to share a fleeting thought, she couldn't just pick up the phone and call a friend. She missed the easy back and forth of a text conversation, the shared laughter over a video call. There were times when she felt profoundly isolated. It was a muscle she had to consciously build. Despite the undeniable difficulties, the rewards of Mia's unplugged life began to reveal themselves in quiet, profound ways. The most immediate and noticeable change was a deep, pervasive sense of calm. The constant, low-level anxiety that had been the backdrop of her digital life slowly dissipated. Without the endless stream of notifications and the pressure to be constantly available, her mind began to settle. She found she could focus on a single task for hours: gardening, reading a book, mending a piece of clothing. Her attention, once fractured, became whole again. This newfound focus brought a richness to her experiences. Food tasted better because she wasn't scrolling through her phone while she ate. Walks in the woods were more vibrant because she was truly noticing the play of light through the leaves, the scent of damp earth, and the sound of a twig snapping underfoot. Conversations with neighbors were more meaningful because she was fully present, listening not just to their words but to their tone and expressions. She was no longer just skimming the surface of her life. She was diving deep into the present moment, experiencing it with all her senses. She had less, but she felt she had so much more.